Hello and welcome back to the channel. Those of you that follow me will know that I have had a bit of a break because we had some decorating done. I'm back as hinted with what was going to be a female version of this card that I made for my nephew's birthday, which is coming up. I've had a bit of a think. I think with Easter coming up it would be nicer to do an Easter card just to give you an idea of what can be used and turned into Easter. So I've had a bit of a sort out and found some things that I thought might be nice to use. So in this folder I've got a Make Special Cards magazine that was Beatrice Potter themed. This is a very old magazine, it goes back to September 2020. So I thought, what screams Easter but bunnies and nice spring colours. So I've taken a topper from here and some papers, and I'm going to recreate that card slightly different. So I'll put this away. So I thought, rather than do a 5x7 standard side fold card, I would do a square temp fold. So this card was a piece of A4 white cardstock that I folded along the centre of the long edge, which is 5 7/8. A4 length is just shy of 12 inches, so if you've got 12x12, by all means do 6x6. And then I trimmed it to 5 7/8 square. On the top I've put some of the Beatrice Potter Peter Rabbit paper. He's holding a plant pot with some flowers, so I've stuck that on already. The plan is to put a circle on the front rather than a square, so I've cut a circle in Holographic mirri card, which is 4 7/8 across, and the white matte layer section is 4 5/8, and I've just stuck that on, marked the centre as you can see, because that's going to help us line up our paper pieces to make the starburst that goes on the top. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to show you what I did for the starburst. So the shape that you need for the starburst is this. The way that I did it was I found the centre of the circle, I cut my width, which in this instance is 1 inch, and I laid the edge along the centre line, and I marked where this side came to the edges of the circle, and I cut this piece of paper to the length that goes from the edge of the circle. I hope that makes sense. In this instance, this length is 4 1/4 inches. In order to find this angle, you measure down from this edge exactly the same as the width. So in this instance I've measured down 1 inch and I've made a pencil mark, and then on my trimmer I cut from the pencil mark to the corner and it makes that cut. I've cut some paper that I'm going to put onto it already, so the plan is to use these colours on this. This is just my template, so these will go on here and they will be woven together. So I've done all of them bar one, just to show you how I cut these angles on my trimmer. So as I said, this is 4 1/4 long by 1 inch wide. That fits perfectly on there. Looks like it overhangs a little bit, but that will sort itself out when it's cut off. So I've measured down 1 inch and marked. Now I'm going to show you how to easily do this, so you only need to mark once. So I take my guillotine and I'm lining up the mark where it meets the edge of the paper and this point on this cutting edge. So freehand hold, I always line the bottom corner up first and then bring the other edge in. And when I'm happy that that's where they need to be cut, I'm happy with that. Bring it down and cut the edge off. So we've now got that angle. I haven't marked the other side, but I don't need to, because I can use my bottom bar or my top bar to line that up perfectly. So in my instance, I like to use the bottom bar, so I'm going to put my angle edge on this bottom edge, like so, and then I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to stop when my top corner meets the cutting edge. Hold on to it and cut, and then I've got exactly the same angle as here. So this is one I've just cut using that method. So all I need to do now is remove my pencil mark, and then that's ready to be interwoven onto the front of the topper. So let's bring this in and line them all up. So I've still got a pencil mark on there. Let's get rid of that and that. Okay, so the reason for marking the centre is because I need to make sure that they are in the centre. So the plan is to have them like this. But if I bring in this, you'll see that they're woven. So the plan is to weave these the same. I'm not worried about the pencil marks, I can get rid of those once I'm done. So am I happy with those in that order? Probably not. I'm going to move that, and I'm going to have the green and the purple down first. So I'm going to lay this one down first. Bear in mind that I want this one here, I want this one here. And I want these on top. I want to be able to weave this one under here, like so, and this one like that. So I'm going to start with this purple, and on this line I'm going to stick this left edge, which leaves this one free to tuck something under it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So making sure I've got equal on each side, and I'll just use a bit of quick grab glue to hold that down. As you can see, this side is still free. I'll stick that down in a moment. The next one I'm going to put down is the green, and opposite to the purple I'm going to stick this side down because I want this edge free. And now I'm lining these two edges up together so they meet at a point here and here. That's why it's important to have equal up here. So this one's the one that your master that you're working from. Oh, that's fine. That will all stick down. So now I'm going to go in with the pink, and this one can be stuck down completely. But like the purple, I need to make sure that the overhang is the same up here. Tuck it under the purple. Make sure it comes down onto that line and equal each side, which it is, and then give it a bit of a push down. Now I can attach the purple, which is a bit crumpled because I've crumpled it, but the glue will hold it. So So that's your first weave. Just the blue one left to do, which is going over this one and under this. So let's try and pick that one up without crumpling it like I did before. And like we did with the blue, with the purple and the green, we are going to line up these corners. So I need to go to there. So again, glue on the whole of this piece, lift the green and drop the blue in. Now all we need to do is stick this green down. So that's our woven starburst. So I'm going to set that aside to dry for a while, and then we'll work on what I'm going to put on top of here. So on the master that I'm working from, I simply put a Nouveau Drop black dot in the centre for simplicity. It's a card for a man, so I wanted it to be as clean and simple as possible. This one is, as we said, for Easter, so I thought that I would put a little topper from the paper pack on there. So part of the toppers was this bunny holding flowers that says hop hop hop. It wasn't this shape, so using an oval die that I had, I cut the top and then I took it off and I cut the bottom. Partial die cutting. If you haven't done that, please let me know in the comments. I can do a video on partial die cutting if you want me to. So that's how I made that oval. I'm putting that on some of the mirri, holographic mirri, which I cut in the next size up. So that goes on there, and that is going to go into the centre of there up on some foam. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to assemble this and then I'll come back. So I think I like these points, top and bottom. So I'm going to stick that on with some Collall. The topper I've put on some mirri, foam on the back, and I'm going to pop that in the centre. So make sure we're wrapped the right way. So I'm going to go away and think about a sentiment. So I spent some time looking to see if I had any stamps for Easter, and I didn't. So on the computer I printed the words Easter wishes in Harrington font and printed it out onto some card, and then I've backed it onto the same holographic mirror card that I've used on the main card. So I'm going to pop some foam on that and put that on the card. I've also found some of the butterflies, also from the Beatrice Potter, and a bumblebee, also from the Beatrice Potter set. I've just cut round the edges because the white border that was on there was a little bit too thick for my liking, so I've just run round there with some scissors and fussy cut them a little bit tighter, and I'm going to pop those on with the sentiment. So I'm just going to decide where to put those. So this is a finished card. I say finished, I think it needs some gems. I've got some pearlised sticky back gems and I thought they might look nice in the white sections. I think it needs something, so I might put one in each of these, and I'm definitely going to put one of these small ones on the dot of the Eye of Wishes, so we'll do that first. I'll pick that up with a tip of a knife and just pop it over the eye there, so that puts a gem on the Eye of Wishes. And then what do we need? I think this is quite big. I think we'll put this size in these gaps. So there's a finished card. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you've liked the content today, please consider giving me a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you for coming back and watching. Until the next time. Bye bye.